All right, all right, all right. Shalom, 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 Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahaya has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm just coming with a message. I said I would be back at 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Central, and here I am. I want to just cover something the Father put on my heart, and it was, and it is, and it shall be that I follow in what He has said. Now, I find this to be a comfort to me because this is something I see and I realize it's things you just simply cannot change. And just him saying this, it's like saying that it's okay, you know, let it go. And the way he was explaining to me is, let me give you the title. The title is We Cannot Blame Anyone. That sounds so, how would I, embracing, and so it feels good, being so much is going on, and just to hear we cannot blame anyone, it's just like, okay, you know, it gives you the idea of, but the truth be told, it's powerful to me, and it doesn't line up with the idea of okay, good, it's okay. It's more so him saying that, uh Deborah, I have orchestrated the beginning to the end and everything in between. Where people are today is turning a blind eye and a blind heart, a heart and heart, not a blind heart, toward what is before them, not knowing that it's not going to get better, not understanding it's not going to turn. Like some people, I'm gonna show you an example with the world. They think and not just the world, the church, and a lot of the Hebrews. Oh, if Trump get in office, it's going to change. Okay, or if once Biden is out of office, everything's going to change over. No, no, no. And this is what he's saying. Don't blame. Is you can't blame anyone for what it's about to that what is and what was and that is about to take place. It's all a product of people turning their head when they should not have. People not holding people liable, not holding people responsible, not uh, 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 um, shutting down wrong, not shutting down unjust, not the time that they should have blamed was then. But we're where we at today, it's not even worth even blaming anyone today, because today is a product of what happened the day before. But what has happened, or today is a product of yesterday. Okay, that not only has it been hidden, but it has been denied. You see, even that word denied is showing you why. Don't blame nobody. They have already blamed themselves in the spirit realm, not knowing it in their flesh, that their spirit is going to either have to a destiny for heaven or the lake of fire. And he was explaining to me that they have turned their back toward everything that's just, everything that's righteous, everything that's in the light, everything that's right, have turned away. So blaming them is not going to help them when they already turned away from the number one Yah. So what difference does it make blaming them or trying to get one to step into a different realm outside of the realm that they're in, it's over. He said, even not blaming anyone, that's also said it's over. Don't waste your spiritual journey that you have left on this earth trying to get individuals to see the light, trying to get them to understand spirit and truth, trying to get them to support you, trying to get them to build up their treasures in the heavens, trying to get them to recognize who Yeshua is versus who the Son of Man is versus the Son of Yah, trying to get them to understand Yeshua and the understand Hamashiach. He said that it's nothing. So don't blame them because I have already hold them liable. You see? So if the creator already see the people at the level where there's no turning back, that means, say for instance, if Sister Deborah said, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do, if I'm doing wicked and evil and I said, no, I don't want to do this, or if I'm doing what I'm doing now, or I don't want to do this, I'm going to turn this way. No, it's no turning back. Just leave everybody where they at, because it's not you that they're turning away from. It's me. And I'm not wanting you to hold nobody blameless from doing what they did to me. That's what it means in this topic. We are not to blame anyone. And see, someone will take this topic and they will say, oh, that's such a release. It's so feel good. Now it's good to hear that, but they don't see it in the spiritual realm. That's how they will see it in the flesh. But the truth be told, the Father, when he's saying this to me, he's saying, release yourself, because I've already released them from my hand. You see what he's saying? So don't blame. Don't go trying to say, do. Let it go. It's not going to be something you're going to let go and let Yah. He had already let go. So he's saying that when I was saying to you all about the midnight hour and the time and we're in, and the hours running up on the minutes, and when you're saying turn to spirit and truth, teach spirit and truth, go to the light, to let the light lead you, all of that, it's worthless. And don't blame individual from not having the things that they needed in these last days, because I have already judged it, Deborah. I have already measured it, Deborah. I have already predestined it eternal life. So I'm not coming to make the straight crooked. I'm not coming to make the dark come to the light. The scary part. I'm studying thinking that, okay, it's time to keep, I'm supposed to still keep teaching what he gives me, either from the book and what he gives me from spirit, from his spirit, and what he's revealing to me. So when he's saying that to me, I feel that it feels good to me, because it's like saying, set yourself free. Set yourself free. Don't look to the left and say, oh, they doing this. Don't look to the right. Oh, they doing this. And if they don't turn, and if they don't do this, if they don't do this, if they don't understand this, if they don't have this, he said he already got everybody numbered to where they're going to spend eternal. The eternal spirit is going to spend its eternal. You see? So and I'm telling you, the one scary thing about it, it leads me to understand that, wait a minute, those already been marked in the forehead, just like I thought. That gives me confirmation, because if you're saying no one to blame because you got yours already set up from the floor, Father, that's what you said. Yes. So let them do what they're doing. Let them say what they're saying. Let them have their feelings and their emotions. Let them have their personal opinion in their own set flesh, telling them they know more than the servant in which Yah has sent them. Let them go on living as if they are blameless, because the throne has already judged them. And that's what he was revealing to me today. And it makes, not only do it make sense, it feels good. It feels good to embrace a lot of things about, and it's and honestly, you guys, it's been 3 videos I done made where I'm getting more and more comfortable in the fire is showing me how it is finished. You get you feel that okay, stay in your lane, you in your lane, and you know he got you in there, because he's in that lane with you, and you just like, okay, what about, it was a time where I think about my children, I think about mommy, and I think about even my dad who has already passed. I just think about a lot of things, but it's like it's getting to the point where it's just like, so when he says to me, we cannot blame anyone, I'm like, okay. To me, that is a sign. They're not to blame them, it's not going to change them. To speak spirit and truth, it's not going to change them. To show them the light in the way there too, it's not going to cause them to come from the broad gate to the narrow gate. To tell them how great my Father is, and how excellent and how perfect and how good and how awesome and how faithful and how merciful and how gracious and how kind this Creator is and how powerful he is. Deborah, all these things you give them for the end days, it's all beautiful. But don't put too much emphasis on the fact that it is already sealed in the full judgment. And I knew that. I knew that because I knew that before the foundation of the world, there was a Lamb Book of Life, and there was a lake of fire life. And I'm going to tell y'all something. There's other layers as well of heaven. Okay, so layers of heaven. So I do know there is the book of life, and there is a book for the lake of fire. A lot of you all have not read it. Go back to the Bible, and it tells you about the books has been opened. You see what I'm saying? The books has been opened. Yeshua, when he was here, he had already said he separate the goat from the sheep, which is one. The sheep is considered one because they fell with Yeshua, Hamashiach, and the Father in one. And the goats is the S. They're going to end up in the lake of fire. It's in the book. Where? In the kingdom, in the bosom of my Father. So don't that make sense? But for him to say it to me is like pretty much getting me prepared for something to where I can step back and see the full, beautiful picture of it all, even in the midst of the midnight hour, even in the midst of all the chaos, even in the midst of what's taking place and what is going to take place. Because I was explaining to you all years ago about how I could see it. And I said, why aren't these people seeing this? Why can't nobody see this? Don't y'all see what these men doing? Don't y'all see what these women doing? Wait a minute. Don't y'all see what these heathens doing? No, I was so into that, the Father had to release me from it then. It's okay, Deborah. These things need be. Why? Because heaven had already completed the beginning to the end. So when we're thinking that we're walking into something that's Yah is doing right here and right now, baby, you off the rocker, because it's finished in him. We're just walking it out. Even Satan knows that it's done. That's why he's rushing through it, because he knows the time It's like Sister Deborah telling you, Satan going real fast. And I hear a lot of people teaching, oh, these things look like they moving fast. Don't y'all see these things? The days are going fast. And they're not talking about like Monday, Tuesday. They just saying that time is moving fast. And it is. It is. But a lot of people don't see it because there's nothing in them measuring what is actually taking place. And it's okay. I mean, it's like, it's to me, it's like everybody's going. And when they get to here, watch this here. Everybody's going. And when they get to here, they're going to be still going, bam. You see, that's how I see it. No one's seeing that part where people going to be destroyed. Bam. They're not even, it's nothing in them. So don't blame them from trying to deny. I'm going to say deny. Don't blame them from turning their face the opposite way. Don't blame them from walking the opposite way and going strictly to the darkness. Don't blame them for being on YouTube, leading the multitude through the broad gate. Don't blame the deceivers, because the deceivers has been given those to deceive, and those that's going to be deceived, they need a deceiver. You see how they come hand in hand? And what he's saying is, when you see it all, Deborah, know this: that lane was for you to run in. Anything outside of that lane, let it be what it is. So I give all glory and honor to the Most High, Yah, for who he is all by himself, not needing Sister Deborah, you, and nobody else. And for him to bring that to me, it is a form of comforting me, to let me know that what you see is 100. What you are beholding in these last days are 100. All the darkness you see, Deborah, is 100. All the wickedness you see is 100. All the personal opinion is 100. All the emotions and feeling is 100. Everything is 100. So don't blame them for being 100, because they 100 because heaven knew that they would. Not that you, but heavens knew it. You down and you're speaking against something that's not going to change, because heaven saw it before you saw it. You see, this is how I know that I'm being comforted by the Father, because it's like, okay, I create you a lane, and that's the lane you go in, you run in, and as long as you keep it straight, you know where I'm at. And really, honestly, it's not a lane that I can come out even if I wanted to. But I just give him glory and honor for just taking out that time to, while I'm in that lane, is come to me, teaching me things, showing me things, giving me understanding, wisdom, and knowledge in the spirit to see these things for what he sees it to be. Not so much as what man feel that it is, say that it is, and personal opinion that it is. It's not. It's not that. It's just me just wanting to line up with the Most High Yah. That's me. Just wanting to line up with him. And just the preparation. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Throughout my life as a young girl, if I had to go to school, and say if I'm in the 5th grade and I'm going to school, and I'm gonna have, or the teacher gonna do something to me that's gonna upset me, or the children is gonna do something, or somebody gonna start something. Do you all know, as a young child, Yah prepared me for my day. He always prepared me for my day. Anything that goes on. Send in another example today. I told you that my ex-husband totaled the car. So that left us with no car. So I found a used car, and I purchased it from a guy, and I turned around and gave it to them. Oh, Father, am I ever gonna learn? I don't think I am, y'all. I have a spirit of give and gave all my life, and still today. Know that, it ain't that so much. I know, I feel that it's not a good thing. Already, my ex-husband took the car, and ran into somebody in the back. I chewed him out. My daughter called me this morning crying. What's wrong with you? Oh, the car is on the flat and it's all over the place. And I don't know. I ran into something and busted wide open. And I'm like, she said, I feel so bad because you just gave the use. And I'm like, AAA. Called AAA and told them to go out there. And I told them, asked my daughter, is there a spare in the car? Because I didn't even know. I was so busy trying to, because it's 3 at the house. No, 2 at the house that needs rides to the job. My daughter and my son. So they get a ride to their jobs. And I've also let them know now, you have to save your money to get your, they're going to have to do without before they come to the realize that, no, they just going to have to do without. I ain't going to let them come to what they want to realize. But what happened is, so I woke up this morning, you guys, I looked and I saw the outside looking strange to me. And I said to the Father, and I'm telling y'all, I stood, sit up on that bed and I began to talk to y'all. I began to talk to y'all. Why? Because my morning was feeling off balance. And I knew this is the same creator that been dealing with me since I was a little girl. Something's going on or something's about to happen. And that's when my daughter called like 2 hours later after I had got up and told me. And I was like praising y'all and thanking y'all that it was just that and not someone hurt or something that happened. You know, oh, it's the tire. Praise the Most High, y'all. But I knew that this is how, what I'm saying to y'all, he prepares me for what is about to come upon me. That is what you call the best. Nobody can override the Most High, y'all. Nobody. To where he can come down to a little old stanky and prepare her inner man and her spirit to embrace the things she cannot change, that he is going to allow to happen. But he prepares me. He don't have to do that. So what I'm saying to say this, I've seen throughout my life him doing that. You see, so therefore, when he come to me and said, we cannot blame. No, it wasn't we. Yeah, was it we? Cannot blame anyone. You know, it's because he wanted me to see that everything is orchestrated and already been there, done that. It's over in him, you know. So it's just that even for him to tell me about my daughter, now I got news before it even happened to her. Do you get what I'm saying? So what did Sister Deborah say she did? She sat up on the bed and began to go into prayer. Why? Because my father, Ahia, is already ministering to my inner man to prepare my outer man for what is about to happen. This is what I'm trying to say to you all. So when I speak of him and I know him for myself, I don't know him for what everybody is on this devil platform is doing. But I tell you one thing that I can tell you I definitely have, and I've had that for all my life, just about. I can feel people. I don't have to know where you at. I don't have to know who you are, your name, and where you at, where you stay. No, this is a spiritual thing. This is something that he has placed in me. I can tell when someone's speaking of me. I can feel it. I can feel it. You hear me? I can tell when someone's saying something negative. I can tell when someone's saying something good. I feel these things. So this could be another reason why the Father is always ministering to me throughout the day. I can wake up and all of a sudden I hear him in my spirit talking to me. You see, I go, as soon as I get up, fix the bed, go into the bathroom, he cut on the water, he's talking to me. And it's like a everyday thing, you guys. He's not a temporary or every blue moon type of a creator with me. I don't know who he is with you. I'm talking about me. And this has been all my days, all my life. When I first got married, I explained it to my husband that I could hear people and I could feel people. I can feel when they saying something. I can feel when they negative. I can feel even with some good vibe. I can feel it comes into my spirit, and it's just like a feeling of knowing what is being said. And I'm like, and when he really got to know me, he began to say, you know what? How did you know that? How did you know they said that to me on my job? I hear it. Spiritual. That's why I can't afford to listen to you all tell me who he is. I can't get on this devil platform and let people tell me who he is and who he is not, when I know he's all that and some. I can't get out here and teach you to not praise him and put him first and walk in the light and seek ye his face and speak to him in the closet in spirit and truth. I mean, I cannot say those things to you. But today I was thinking, something came to me is, and I never did. I wasn't one to always lean to that. But I was cooking my dinner, and he said to me, he say, because I tell you the truth, you hate me because I tell you the truth. And then you know what he said to me? He said, Deborah, truth is worth being hated. That's all he said. That's all he said. But when he said that, the first thing, when he first said, because you tell the truth, I hate you. Because truth, you hate me. He reversed it like that, just like I'm saying it. And you know what he said? And then that's when he came in with the other. But when he said that, right, that locked in. That locked in. I'm telling you, it's stuff that he's saying to me is almost like preparing me for a mission. As if he's going to use me in the days to come. I mean, like, not like he ain't used me today, but it's just something to it. Because you have to see, well, who are you? Why should you know this? And who you are? And who did, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would think. I say. But then when he continue every day, I'm like, it's something to this. It's something to this. I don't take nothing he said and throw it to the wayside. I keep it. Because when he say something, he'll say something a month from now. And I said, you said that once before, didn't you? See, bringing it back to my remembrance. That's what the Holy Spirit comes to do. It brings things back to your remembrance. So you would always be walking on that right path. It'll bring things back so you can be always aware of it. So today, like I said, it's about not blaming. This title is about, this message is about, he said we can't blame. We can't not blame anyone. Yeah, that's where we're at in life. It's not the blame game. Because the blame game ain't gonna stop the murder. The blame game ain't gonna stop the sickness, the killing, the stealing, the destroying, the robbing, the world, the way that they are, sex trafficking, organ trafficking, families tore up from the floor up. Men ain't gonna take care of their children, and if you can hang all that. He just said it's over. Don't look for something to say, okay, I blame this because it's worthless. Because why? They have disrespected and dishonored him already to the what? Fullness. You know, I hear a lot of people say, when he said that we are to bring this to our people, and what he say? What's that? Shout loud and proclaim to our people they're unrighteous, and if they need to repent, it's no need for that. It's no need. It's no need. It's no need. Because people are to what he's saying to me is everybody wants to role play this all the way to the end. So don't role play it with them. Step back, let the people role play themselves to the end of their life. to the end of the chaos that's actually taking place, just waiting to reach their city, their community, their neighborhood, their houses. You see, all this stuff about politics, he said at this time, don't blame them, because at this time of life, they should be in full understanding what is taking place. They should be in full understanding of why the tribe of Judah men are the way that they are. They are nowhere near it. They are nowhere near how the women today of Zion, how they are. No one says anything. No one mentioned it. No one counsel. No one do anything. He said, this is what he was showing me. It is over. Don't even blame them. Because in them, it's nothing wrong with it. That's why anybody said nothing. It all makes sense of why it ain't time to blame. It's too late. Because if you blame them, they still couldn't straighten it up. They still couldn't get right. They still couldn't see the light. They still couldn't see spirit and truth. Because it goes along with it's finished. It's over. It's over. So what do you think if he say that tell the angels to mark his in his head, in their forehead? So what is that saying? It's over. That's what it's saying. It's over. It's not saying mark them and wait for the other ones that ever come a year later, 2 years, or 3 years, 6 months, then mark them. No, that's not how he does it. Heavens has already marked them in their spirit. He's telling the angels to mark them in their forehead, which is their flesh, so that the earth has to bow down to them because they got the mark of Yah on their forehead. And it's not something you can see. You see, but the earth knows who owns that. The earth knows that's Yah's, so we ain't gonna bother that one. That's why, that's the whole ideal of it, is to mark minds and let everybody else do what they want to do. That's what it's all about. That's what it's saying. Let them do it. You ain't gonna find them blaming each other or blaming themselves or repenting and turning and stopping this and stopping that and trying to get unified or trying to get together and stop this here and stop that. No, they ain't, Deborah. It ain't gonna be that way. So leave them alone. Leave them alone. Let them go in the area in which they were already heading. That's pretty much what he said. So it's a waste of time, energy, you know. And it's also a sign of saying those that are marked, you ain't got no business over on that end anyway. Blaming nobody because they ain't marking you. Marked, so why are you caring about what they doing? You see, when you really hear what I'm saying, then you'll see that can't come from no flesh and blood. That can't come just out of Deborah's sister Deborah's mouth, or that just can't. That got to come from deep within the spirit realm to say something like that. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I felt it when he gave it to him. It was almost like I pretty much knew what he was talking about, because it's like the feeling is more so like almost like he's coming to take you somewhere. You're going to get up out of it. You're going to go, but I got to prepare you because you're going to have to leave this. And he's talking about flesh. You see? You think I'm afraid? You think I want to stay here for, honey, please. But he just getting you prepared. And I love the way he does it because he starts within. And then that within train the outer person, which is the flesh, to accept the things you cannot change. So it makes a lot of sense not to blame anyone, because blame does not save them. Blame not give them the Ruach HaKodesh. It's not going to redeem them. It's not going to cause them to repent. It's not going to do anything. And that is so true. So I just thank him for being who he is all by himself. And I'm going to continue to just trust in him and lean not to my own understanding, and know that if anything has to take place, anything go down, he's going to be the one, as he was since I was a little girl. Tell me what's what. In the closet, I think I had to been like 6, and looking at the guns that my mother and them had. They had a gun in the pocket, and my daddy had a rifle in the closet, and that he used to have it under his bed. And I was just looking at that gun in that closet. And even back then, as a young child, I remember the Spirit talking with me and saying things to me, because I remember I was looking at it and He says, just put that away, put that back in there, and come out of that closet, and don't go back in there. I mean, that's just how just like a real parent is to say to their children. He didn't discipline me, he didn't anybody try to get me in trouble or anything. He was always right there, y'all. I don't see how I can deny who He is. I can't see Him like everybody else see Him, but the way that He have shown Himself and proven Himself to me, look, I don't need to listen to nobody else's way of seeing Him. I don't think nobody gonna ever see Him like I feel I have seen Him, because I seen Him to be the best of the best. He is the greatest of the great. And you know what? A lot of people don't even understand one thing. I saw and Yeshua. I saw Yeshua said, and about Him being the king. Now, Yeshua can be the king, but Yah is the king of the king. You see what I'm saying? And that's what people don't even understand. He is the king of the king. You see? He is the God. Oh, He is it all. He's all of it. You see? And I like that, because it goes back to what He taught me, what took place before the foundation of the world. I am who I say that I am. Not who they say I am, but who I say that I am. And you are who I say that you are, not who they say that you are. Because it was a time when I first got on her here, I think it was the Deborah, she was talking about, oh, you're not supposed, you hear her give, you can tell she had been on the page. I knew she had been on there anyway. She was saying, you're not supposed to say you're a prophet. Sit your tail somewhere and down. You don't even know what you are. You don't even know what you are. But which is really naive. Why even have any title if it's not supposed to be recognized? Do that make any sense? Did you all know all positions that Yah called the prophets, the priests, and all of them, everybody, when He even called pastors, bishops, evangelists, teachers, and so on, all position He calls, He always lets you know the holy purpose first, then the natural. I love the way He did with the prophetess. He says prophetess and their first name. It's not Prophetess Brown. That's what the word do. You see what I'm saying? That shows you they don't know, they the false prophets. They really don't have the fullness. It's not your last name. Your last name belongs to your husband. He is not the prophet or the prophetess. If you are a prophetess, then it's you first going to be your holy calling, which is a prophetess. Then your first name. And then if you married, your married name. And then He includes the husband of so and so, so and so. That's how He does it. He is not going to say she's the daughter of Abraham and granddaughter of Abraham and daughter of Isaac and the prophetess. No, He gonna always put the prophetess first, letting you know heavens has assigned this individual, even though prophetess Deborah, if I was married, prophetess Deborah, wife of Charles Brown. That's how it's done. That's how He addressed it in the book. And not just the book is to address it like that, but what people get on, they didn't go around saying that you don't know, you wasn't there. And if they didn't, how did you know they were prophets in the Bible? You see, how did you know? Why is Elijah being spoke of in the new? Why is John being spoke of now? Why is, I'm just still saying, Ezekiel being spoke of today? Speaking of Ezekiel, when we think of Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel, you see what I'm saying? But see, this is what was said. You can hear it. But to me, people like that go to and fro. Their whole thing is to mislead people keep them going in a circle like the world is. Keep people going in the circle, in the way of the circle, to where you'll never come out of that circle, because that's the way you desire. You feel comfortable. You feel a part of. You feel united if you're going in the circle. You know, and that's what most people do. 99.9. That's what they do. They believe in that circle, that worldly circle realm, and not so much as y'all don't step in no circle. He is not about circle. Now he'll take your butt, he'll let your butt go up the steps, go to the second one, fall down. Now you got to start over again. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. You fall down, you're going to start back on the first one, because he wants you to get it. He wants you to master each step. And I say that in every job I've had, every job I've been on, I've always mastered it and really over succeed the expectation of the CEO, the director, the manager. Always, I don't care what job I do. When I was working for Chrysler, they were saying, now, how could you move that fast? And I heard, let me tell you what I heard. I heard this brother, when he said that, I heard him today. He said, I haven't taken any school. I don't know. I haven't been taught. He said, I used to be in prison. He said, I didn't have a trade. Right now he's living on land, 8 acres of land. And I was looking at him and I was saying, oh, look how he throw that. I mean, he does a excellent. Y'all should see that man do everything. And when he said this today, I said, now that's sad. This man, he's on this nationwide television telling people everything he's learned with his hands. It was because of God. And that I'm a living witness to that. Everything that I have learned. My mom said, Reen had left $80 in her china cabinet to give to this guy, the guy that's coming over to fix the window, this window company. Her basement window was out. And my mother said, but do you think you can do it? You know what I did? The man's supposed to come there at 3. So when mom asked me, Reen said, can I go over there and wait for him to let him in? I said, yeah, I go over and wait for him. I said, mama said, when mama told me in the morning, I said, you know what? I'm going to go and fix this window. I'm going to go and fix this window. You know what? I went down to the Home Depot. Before I went, I took her the measuring tape. I looked for a measuring tape over to her house, which it was. I already knew where it was because it's my older sister. When we go over there, they have it in the china cabinet right in the dining room with tools and everything. So I measured the windows. I got everything I need. And I think I was like out of had the glass cut. And it was the proper glass for a basement window because, different glass. Window glass you just don't put down in the basement window. I think I was like $37. And did you all know when I was finished with that, I left. Okay, I didn't even wait for the guy. And I figured, okay, they'll tell him nobody was at the house. And Mama said that my sister, when she called my sister, and she said that Booby wasn't able to stay there until the man come at 3. And she said, oh, yes, she was, because the man, he had already fixed the window. It looked good. My mother said, no, she did that. I was staying on Harborne in the first house we had purchased. And I put gutters all the way around that house. I kid you not. Let me tell you, when that young man sat there and he said that it's him and his 3 sons and his wife, they out on 8 acres. And this guy, I mean, he does a good job, a really good job. And everything I see him doing, he does he don't know nothing about what he doing. You see, he's been in prison and he got out and he met this young lady. and they got married and everything. And ever since then, they decided to get into the church. He said, and but the relationship they have, and they're young. I think he's 33, but I like to see men take control. I love to see a man take control, because when a man take control, then the wife can take her play, or not play, do her role. And when she's able to do her role, she's able to nail her role and make sure she take care of her husband. You know what I'm saying? But when the man don't take their roles, and they want the women to take all the role, everything, and they stand around and wants to be kings and leaders, these days. And this is I saw another one on there, and I've been watching, and I said, that's really nice, out their family, and building, and doing things with their hands, and building things, and they don't have to have the know-how, but they just go out there in the woods where they bought their lands. And I think that is so beautiful. It's about 6 guys that's on YouTube that does a pretty good job. And I like how they and it's just one lady on there. She's pretty much my age, and then she has her husband, but they just pretty much just they own farming and everything, but she's more so caught up in, them. And it's amazing how people support people who are only using the platform, and to be able to continue to run their farm based on the money that they get from the platform, and the support of the people who's watching their show, sending them stuff and sending them funds. It's just amazing how they're able to do that. Now, her and her husband, no, because when I heard her say this, she said, we're not going to be giving anyone anything. We told y'all to save this and do this and put this here and do this and do this. And when that time comes, we can't be giving what we're saving for our family. We got kids, and our kids, so we can't be giving. And when she said that, I said, look at that. You mean you got all them people supporting you and sending you funds and sending you stuff, and you have the audacity to tell people on nationwide TV that you got, I think she got 4 children, and they got children she got to put away for them. I'm like, wow, I wouldn't. Sometimes it's better not even saying anything than to say something like that. And after that, she had said that storm came and tore their farm up. I am not lying. Big tree fell on the house, crushed the house, part of the house, but didn't hit them in the living room. That storm came and knocked the crap out of them. And I was like, see, the other day you were talking about we ain't giving answer. Look what happened. See, if people really think that they could be out somewhere and they're separate from you, and they can tell you, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, we doing this and we doing this, we had this and we had that. Baby, these dark days don't give a rat's behind what you have. It's where your heart is really at. Where are you in your spirit? See, and that's what people don't understand. But then they stand on nationwide television or media and tell people how to do it without thinking, wait a minute, how are the people going to do what you're doing, and you stealing to get what you're doing? You're taking and you're lying to the people that is yours. You see? And you're leasing it, an option to buy, and you're leasing stuff. It's just strange. It's just strange. Not all of them. Now, these guys that's on there with their family, they bought theirs. And I think that's so nice. So Sister Deborah would like to say, I hope that you all got something out of it. This message, this short message, and I did go a little bit past short, almost an hour, but I hope that you got something out of it, and you have a wonderful evening. And what else? I guess that's it. Shalom. And I will be back. So that's it. Shalom and shalom.